All right, Gecko man, what have you been up to?
Well, I have been working diligently. Actually, that's not true. So I've basically missed a whole week of doing it. I have been taking lessons on 3D animation.
Right. How's that going?
Not too bad. I mean, like I said, I missed a week of it, and I wasn't a big fan of myself for doing that. But having a lot of fun. I am right now modeling a landscape right now, so
Okay.
it's kind of getting kind of interesting. Some interesting stuff and new stuff I've learned. It's great. Fun stuff. Other than that, nothing else really. Played a lot of video games. Been playing this game called Grounded. Fun game. It's basically a spin-off of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh.
Survival, you're in the grass, they've recently added a whole lot of new stuff. Actually, not very recent, just since last I played, they've added a lot of new stuff. So very interesting game. Maybe I should stream it. Maybe I'll stream it. We'll see. I don't know.
Okay. You planning on streaming anything this week?
This week, you know what? Yeah, I do plan on streaming something this week. I've got a stream for you guys coming this week. Thursday, we are streaming Stacklands.
Stacklands?
I've talked about this.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. I remember vividly.
Card game.
You told me. Yep. Sounds interesting.
Yes. Streaming Stacklands this Thursday, so there'll be a link to my Twitch account on down below. We'll also put it in our main channel, main episode.
All right.
Anything with you this week?
I don't remember.
You don't remember what you've done this week?
I played some Apex.
Oh, yes.
So, I got my computer running for everybody that's been waiting with bated breath at Rogue Gamers ever have a computer.
When did we talk about your computer last?
Never. Anyways, yeah, it was really quick fix, got it right up and running, and back on the Apex train.
Nice.
Wrecking some fools.
That means you and I have to do some Apex.
Right. I was on last night.
Yeah, you say that.
Yesterday morning. And another time. Had some fun games. This one game that I won that I should not have won. My team was terrible, and we were going up against good teams, but got lucky.
Somehow you were the one getting all the hits, right?
Got lucky and won, it happens sometimes. I went and watched Everything Everywhere All the Time, finally. All at once, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Probably put out an instant judgment soon.
So it's not an instant judgment.
It'll be instantaneous when I put it out. Yeah. So I guess stay tuned to hear about that.
Good movie.
Here's what I'll say: you would hate it.
I would hate it.
You would absolutely.
But I'm glad I didn't go.
I enjoyed myself, I guess.
If I hated it and you enjoyed it,
I didn't enjoy it. I said I enjoyed myself.
That's terrifying.
It's just very not your style of movie. Very artsy, very weird, wacky.
Oh, great! It does not sound like my movie.
Yeah. Lots of plot holes. That was fun. Yeah. But there's a lot of theories I want to talk about, whether it's Star Wars or Marvel. So. I know you got some.
Oh, I have a
lot. You want to get started? Actually, I want to ask you a question.
Answer.
So I'm watching Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 1, right?
Yeah.
But it starts out with this really, really interesting.
If it has something to do about something, you bring up anything.
So anyways, it starts out with this recap of different things that was very interesting since, I know nothing about the Star Wars universe. And so I got to see all these really new and interesting things happen. And then it decides to back up in time, right?
Uh-huh.
And show us
Order 66.
Well, it shows it does. Well, it says Order 66, execute Order 66, and then it goes to the Jedi Temple, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that Mrs. I hate Obi-Wan really hates Obi-Wan because she feels like she was one of those kids that should have been protected by him?
Yeah. I really think so. That is one of my speculations about the show.
Because that is a much more interesting character than I was watching.
Yeah, that's why I like her, and I'm hoping because right now I'm just fully believing that she was one of those kids.
Okay.
And so that's why I like her. That's why I like her. But if they don't do that, then there's no point for them to show that.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, because like when I watch, I'm like, why do we suddenly go back in time?
Yeah.
Like I thought Obi-Wan was going to show up, and I was going to be like, this is weird. Like this isn't how it went. And then it just hopped over to present day, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah. Well, present day.
Anyways, so I have another theory. This one a little crazier. So my theory is that this little girl we see running around is not Leia, but a doppelganger to parade around to be there because she looks nothing like Leia should look.
I mean, it's an interesting thought. I mean, like, because
didn't it, like, what's her face? Padme have that or something? Her little doppelganger.
Padme had doppelganger, so it wouldn't surprise me.
That's my theory.
If they did something like that,
I don't think it's true.
But at the same time, I don't think it's going to happen. But I actually have a theory about the Grand Inquisitor that I hope is true, but I don't think it is.
Okay.
That isn't the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels.
No, yeah. I was thinking about that with you because I have seen the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels, but I've literally seen one episode, like the last episode I watched, like the first time we meet the Grand Inquisitor.
Okay.
So I'm no expert on that. I'm expert on other things. But, I was thinking maybe this probably is not your theory at all. So hopefully I'm not stealing your theory here. Do you want to say your theory first? It's just
I think it is actually someone who was the Grand Inquisitor before the Rebels Grand Inquisitor.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking, but I don't think that's going to happen. And I'm also hoping that the fifth brother isn't the same fifth brother that we see in Rebels.
Was my theory, was because you were telling me that this fifth brother character doesn't look anything like the fifth brother. Yeah. And yes, they could have just poor actor choice, poor costume design, all that.
At the same time, though, they look so much alike. Both of them do. They have similarities in like the some of the markings they have on them, and just the costume kind of looks the same, except our Grand Inquisitor doesn't have a cape, which really bugs me that he has a cape now.
So all this could just be Padme costume design, or it could be that this is just why the Grand Inquisitor. I mean, like when the Grand Inquisitor dies, is there just no Grand Inquisitor, or is it like a thing where somebody takes his place? And I was like, maybe the fifth brother is going to become the Grand Inquisitor, and then somebody else that looks hopefully more like the fifth brother is going to be the fifth brother. But because they're called the fifth brother, the third sister, the 18th mother, whatever, I feel like they are a family, and I was thinking all the people that are called that were the ones that came from the temple.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make any sense that somebody else would become the fifth brother.
Yeah, same. So I could definitely see it.
If the Grand Inquisitor is dead, though, somebody has to become the Grand Inquisitor, right? So maybe that one will look more like him or act more like him or be...
Whatever. I don't know. Like, I don't know how it actually works. I don't know how the hierarchy works for these Inquisitors. But, like I've said, after watching Obi-Wan Kenobi, I absolutely hate the Inquisitors now.
Another theory I have, maybe, possibly, the helicopter lightsaber. It's out there somewhere.
And you want to see it again?
And I want to see live action helicopter lightsaber.
Well, we do see the spinning.
Yeah, we do. We get to see the
which I still
the
have no
fan lightsaber now. We just have to raise it up and take off.
I'm so glad that they don't that they haven't done anything with it yet. Like it was just in that.
I really wanted when he's like interrogating the guy and just start laughing at him. That would have been hilarious.
Oh yes,
He's like, your lightsaber is spinning, bro. I want to do something about that. Get it under control.
Yeah. There's not really any other theories I have for Obi-Wan Kenobi because I'm just
Ones for
I
others.
have tons for the upcoming shows.
All right.
Well, the first thing I want to say
So
continue
going into theories, like if ever I'm talking about something that you don't want me to give theories on, just let me know, and I'll do the same thing with Star Wars. I don't really care except for Mandalorian season 3 and Ahsoka a little bit, but for the most part, lay it on me.
Okay, so actually,
I really want to know your theories about Andor if you have got those.
I do have some theories about Andor, but we're going to start with Ahsoka first because I haven't seen anything on it, and I think it'll be the best time to give out some theories about that.
Yep.
My theory is we all presume that she's actually going to be going after Admiral Thrawn, and we do know that Sabine, Ezra, and someone else is going to be in the show. I have a theory that Thrawn isn't going to be the main bad guy, or at least he is going to have an accomplice with him that will be much more connected to Ahsoka.
Right, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And we spoke a little bit about this, and I hope she shows up too.
Yeah, I want Barriss Offee to show up
too.
in the show. Like we've never actually gotten an actual fight between the two, and I want to see it.
Yeah, I feel like she'd be a really hard personality to portray well in live action, which I think if done right, it's going to be really cool, but it does make me a little nervous.
Yeah, it does make me nervous too. But my only question about it is did she become an Inquisitor? I don't think.
Yeah,
but yeah. So I really hope we see. Like I have my theory that it's Barriss Offee. That's kind of the only like speculation I have about the show, and the only one I want to be true.
The only other speculation I have, and me not knowing anything about Star Wars, this might be completely impossible, but Asajj Ventress, would she be able to show up at all?
I don't think so because her story ends in the Clone Wars.
Right, but she doesn't die.
She dies.
But then she came back, and I thought she was back, right?
No, she dies.
In the Clone Wars?
In the Clone Wars. There's a book of when she dies, of how she dies.
Okay.
And I think it's still canon. I'm not sure.
Could she show up in Andor?
No. That's after the Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Do you need some help here?
No, I've got this timeline.
Well, that's all I got for Ahsoka, but for Andor,
because I think that's what I was saying is why I thought that'd be interesting. This could still happen with Barriss Offee. Is what if she's going after Admiral Thrawn and his like assistant or whatever, or maybe he's whatever has Barriss Offee under his control for some reason. She ends up killing him. Oh, and then that's why they end up like she's like, "What? I needed him for information or whatever," and then they get in a big old tussle.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
That'd be fun. Like, because I really feel like Ahsoka, they did such a good job of making her like this, like really wants to do good. She has her struggles, of course.
Yeah,
but, like she's like almost really similar to like almost Yoda in that sense. Yeah, like she's very much what a Jedi should be. But like she has that like side like understands that the Jedi might not be the way to accomplish what she needs to accomplish, right? Mm-hmm. So having a villain who's just so like I wouldn't say out of control, but like very clearly evil, and like doesn't even care about her own like other Sith or other dark side or other Empire, none of that. Like she just is evil would be so cool.
Yeah.
And I feel like Barasofi is that.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
They portray
That's
her right.
why I want Barasofi in it, because she would just be a perfect villain for Ahsoka. Moving on to Andor, though. But a couple things that we see in the Andor show. First off, we see a dude with an AK-47 in the show. Legit an AK-47. Like, I don't understand why we see that. It's weird, but I have this feeling because I do know there are technically weapons in in Star Wars that
fire bullets or whatever.
Fire bullets, yeah. So we might have.
I've heard you mention that. So.
We might have something like that. I don't know.
Okay,
that's the only reason I bring up the AK-47. Only reason.
Yeah.
I also think that Andor is going to be the start of the rebellion.
Okay.
That's what I think. Kind of interesting to me. Like, it would be the start of, like, Mon Mothma rebellion.
I don't know what that means.
Mon Mothma, leader of the rebellion in the original trilogy and all that.
Is it like the giant moth-looking thing that flies around?
No. It's a person.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I get from it. I also think that this might be a timeline of where clones are still in the Empire, plus stormtroopers. So I think we're gonna get both. I don't know. Good chance. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Those are some theories I have. I do need to watch it again just to be sure to confirm some things.
Interesting. So this is set after Clone Wars.
Set after Clone Wars.
At like the start of the rebellion.
I believe so.
And they're like spy dudes, probably infiltrating the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all these soldiers that used to be a part of the Empire that are now let go.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting if they like go to try to find some of the clones to try and get information about the Empire.
That's a good idea. Oh, that actually might be. This could roll perfectly into Bad Batch season 2 series.
Okay.
Because talking about that, in the Bad Batch season 2, we see a lot of familiar faces in it from the Clone Wars. But one of the theories I have, there's going to be a clone rebellion against the Empire.
Okay.
Which would make sense because the clones go for the Republic. Right. So I think there will be a clone rebellion against the Empire in the show.
Very interesting.
So it could be very interesting. I do also have the speculation that we are going to see Delta Squad in season 2.
Okay. And they just kill off the Bad Batch.
Please.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Other than that, nothing else about Bad Batch season 2. I'm not super excited for the show, but for the season 2, I'm not super excited for it, but nothing else on that. Now, I don't really have any speculations for Tales of the Jedi. They kind of showed us everything. I feel like I think it's just going to be a bunch of small stories. But moving on,
do you know like time period?
It's going to be a bunch of different time periods. I think.
Okay.
I think we may even see Luke Skywalker in it.
Okay.
Because it's Tales of the Jedi. So I really hope we don't see Rey. Moving on to Mandalorian season 3. I think my speculation is the main story is going to be Mandalorian mainly going to trying to get into these, I don't know, ponds, pools, or cavern.
Right, the caverns under Mandalore.
Yeah, to I forget what it's called, but
infiltrate.
No, to
find,
clean himself, to become.
To become
a true Mandalorian.
A Mandalorian again. Yeah.
But I think he's going to have to make a decision of either doing that or becoming the leader of Mandalore. And that's going to be interesting, in my opinion. There is possibly a chance. I don't want to say it. I don't know who the main bad guy is going to be. I don't know who it is. But I have this sense that it's actually going to be Admiral
Grogu.
Yeah, it's going to be Grogu. It's going to be Admiral
Akbar.
No, whatever the guy was in season 1 and season 2. I don't know why it would be because he was captured, but it could be.
Okay.
But Other than that, I also have this sense that we are going to be seeing some more familiar faces in Mandalorian season 3. Like some Mandalorian familiar faces. We might see maybe Sabine in season 3.
Okay.
You really don't want that?
Oh.
I do know Bo-Katan's going to be in it, but we might see Sabine's mother. We might see. There's another Mandalorian. I can't remember her name. I'm also wondering if we'll also have Darth Maul Mandalorians show up.
Darth Maul. Like ones that followed?
Yeah,
Like,
the ones who followed. The death part of Death Watch who followed
okay.
Darth Maul. Might be interesting to see in live action.
Yeah.
That's about it. Nothing else, really.
Okay.
Those are my speculations. Your speculations.
All right, so my speculations, there's not a whole lot for Marvel going on here. My speculation is that Miss Marvel will be terrible. So yeah, I basically like she's gonna find these Nexus fans and have powers. That's about it. I had a thought though.
Miss Marvel?
Yeah. So her whole thing, well, I guess this was like a rumor that when they first were writing it, because in the comics, she's not just obsessed with Captain Marvel, she's obsessed with Iron Man as well.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds me of another speculation I have. In a rumor I heard about in Wakanda Forever. But anyway, what was I talking about?
Miss Marvel, Iron Man.
Oh yeah. So, and there's a talk that like in the show she was gonna like be obsessed with Iron Man, like had watched Iron Man 1. There's gonna be this like whole like fourth wall break thingy.
Oh, like
there was a movie made about Iron Man. Anyway, apparently that got kind of scrapped idea, which I think is probably good. That would have been really convoluted and confusing.
Yeah.
But so she's obsessed with Captain Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is really highlighting a problem the MCU has. That the MCU hasn't seen the movies we've seen, right?
Yeah.
So Captain Marvel is this hero that has literally been on Earth for like 30 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, what about the 5-year gap here? She could have been on Earth.
But like the only thing we see is they're like, hey, you want to come help? And she's like, I have to deal with the Kree Skrull War. What's his face? Hulk has my number, you know.
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like, I don't have her number, you know.
Yeah.
That's literally all we've seen. So I just feel like it's really highlighting that problem that like we saw a little bit after Avengers where people were like talking about like New York and stuff and like who did what, you know. And it's like, how do they know? Were they there in New York or but it did make a little sense, like, you know, people that saw it and survived talking about it and everything. But then Age of Ultron happened, and then like nobody should have known who made Ultron or whatnot, you know.
Yeah.
But apparently people did, and then moving on to in Multiverse of Madness, right? Dr. What's-His-Face is like, yo, is that the only way, you know? And I mean, he has no idea if Doctor Strange is literally on another planet talking to Thanos, right? Like he has no idea what was going on. And apparently he knows that Doctor Strange had this whole conversation with Thanos and gave him the time stone and all that jazz.
Wait, who? The
other doctor, you know, that like I lost my cats and my brother, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like we're just highlighting this more and more, and this I feel like they should be trying not to highlight that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Miss Marvel loves Captain Marvel. I guess
maybe there was some recording that she saw of Captain Marvel blasting through Thanos' ship.
They're gonna see something, you know, and she's like, "Oh, that's cool," you know, whatever.
You know how people are. You know how some people are, like, you know, they're just see one thing and then you're like,
right. And you know, she's a kid. But anyways,
exactly.
I'm just saying. But that problem that has been going on and is a plot hole of sorts, you know, I feel like it's going to get really highlighted. I hope they don't keep going down that path. Thor: Love and Thunder theories. I mean, I went into them quite a bit last week. I haven't got any new ones really, but mainly because we have no new footage and I haven't really been thinking too much about it.
We'll get on that.
So we'll go to Wakanda Forever. Because there's a rumor out there that there's going to be a character that, well, basically we know that there's like somebody either young Avenger or somebody's going to be. All right. So basically, Iron Man's dead.
Yep.
And Iron Man was a very big part of the world, not just the MCU, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a really good storyline for them to follow, like how that affected, the people that loved him, the people that want to be like him, all that jazz. And I think that there's going to be, I'm blanking on the name, Ironheart Rescue, these characters that are going to show up that are based on him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a lot of rumor of who's going to be them. Well, the woman who in the comics, the girl that I'm blanking on her name, but becomes Ironheart, is like this really intelligent girl, who, like, I think she like graduates college at like 13 or something,
Wow.
some genius who is like even smarter than Tony Stark. It got retconned to be her daughter or something. I don't remember. A lot of people thought it was going to be his daughter that we see. Other people think it's going to be this person that's been rumored to be in Wakanda Forever, that because in the comics she's African American and I think from Wakanda.
Okay.
Other people thought Shuri might take up the mantle, all that. But anyways, I think it's going to be the character from Wakanda Forever that's been rumored. Because like, why would we know who was cast as her already if it wasn't going to be a bigger deal than we think, whatnot. So I think she's going to come from Wakanda.
Okay.
I think his daughter's probably going to end up being Rescue, if anything. But also, then we have this plot with this whole timeline or whatever with the kid from Iron Man 3 that showed up at his wedding. Is that going anywhere?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Armored Wars that's coming.
He showed up at his funeral.
Yeah. Maybe Armor Wars he might show up in. I don't know.
Oh, good point. Maybe he's Ironheart.
No, I think he'd be the young Iron Man. Whatever, Iron Lad, if anything.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess we didn't talk She-Hulk.
Oh, yeah. What's your...
I mean, my theories is that...
Bad CGI?
There's bad CGI. Like I said, we're probably going to learn a little bit about how Hulk... Because not like we said in our plot holes, Hulk is put them together and it's now separate. We also see at the end of
Shang-Chi,
right?
Don't worry, I'll finish your sentences.
The Banner's back.
Yeah.
Probably going to learn how that all happens. We probably will get cameos from Daredevil, Echo, and other street level heroes and probably villains. But I don't know if I have any theories there.
All right.
Yeah. So I think that kind of does it for me.
Nothing else. Nothing like in the other movies or shows coming out.
No, we just don't know enough.
Okay.
Quantumania, I guess I could say my theory is that we're gonna meet Earth 616's Kang. I think he's going to be stuck in the quantum realm somehow, and so when they go there, they're going to release him or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Yes. But literally, we know nothing.
the Conqueror!
We haven't even seen set photos. We haven't seen leaked costumes. We haven't seen...
Yeah,
we haven't seen nothing, so I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
We just know Kang's going to show up.
Anything else we want to... talk about?
I feel yes. Thank you for reminding me. Multiverse of Madness. I think I talked last time that there was like a deleted scene that I didn't know if I wanted to talk about yet.
So didn't you talk about the deleted scene with him with the third eye and all that?
Right. But there's one that I mentioned I didn't want to talk about yet because I didn't know enough.
Okay.
There was another the basically the original writer talked about. So there's like the writer that was writing with John Watts, or not John Watts, the original director, whatever his name was, before it all moved over to Sam Raimi and his writer.
Oh, yeah.
And so they talked with both the writers and kind of like what changed from the original script and whatnot. They talked about who the villain was supposed to be before they changed it to Wanda, all that jazz. But a really interesting deleted scene they talked about was there was supposed to be a scene where when they find out Wanda's coming, the Illuminati go to talk to Wanda's father, Magneto.
Oh.
So that was interesting.
Okay. By the way, anything on the whole smoke dragon?
I mean, no, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't. I still haven't heard anybody mention that.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to ask about that. I was curious. But going back to the Magneto, was that was going to be on the
on Earth 818 or 813? 813?
813. I think it's 813. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was supposed to be. So basically, Magneto was going to be her father. To keep their Wanda from dreamwalking, they were going to give her a lobotomy, and they were going to talk to Magneto about what his daughter was up to.
Okay. That would have been interesting to see Magneto.
That would have made some pretty big plot holes in our universe, though.
Yeah, that would.
Which is probably why they took it out. Mm-hmm. I also don't know which Magneto it was, since we had Patrick Stewart. Was it going to be Ian McKellen?
I don't know.
Or would it be Michael Fassbender? Would it be completely different? I don't think it would be completely different, but
Chris Evans? No.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, interesting. Anything else?
No. If more stuff comes out about deleted scenes, I'm guessing more stuff will come out before next week. But yeah, I think that's all I got this week.
All right. Then I guess that does it for After.
We'll see y'all next week.